A garden in Hedon. Draw the line. The Garden of Eden didn't have borders until after the fall of man. Since God cannot accept immoral lifestyles, even by his own children, Adam and Eve were expelled from the garden. A servant guarded the border between God's and Satan's property. We have to differentiate between the divided fallen world outside and the united pure world inside of the Garden of Eden. Cherubim, with a flaming sword, is like a servant with weapons. A border agent blocks entry into the Garden of Eden in order to protect the Tree of Life. This is righteous governance with servant employees or institutions exercising delegated powers. Garden of Eden, outside. The Kingdom of Heaven, outside. This is a state-regulated society made possible only after the failure to self-regulate. There are fallen children with differing degrees of immoral desires and self-destructive behaviors. Satan claims ownership, like the state claims ownership. Satan ends up claiming humanity since the entire bloodline was tainted. This is like the state manifesting its territorial monopoly on violence over the citizens. Conflict among children. Conflict among citizens. History is a great illustration of the conflict within and between nations. The power lust of the Cain types exercise a greater degree of violence. This is like failing to be your brother's keeper if you support the state. Borders protect Abel, like borders protect capitalists. God wanted to work and bless the world through Abel, so borders were created in order to help the Abel types survive outside of the garden. These militarized borders can be physical, legal, cultural, ideological, or sexual in nature. They are unoriginal, but necessary because of the fall. Garden of Eden, Kingdom of Heaven. This is a self-regulated environment made possible by the owners of true love. God claims ownership like the invisible hand claims ownership. A true Adam and true Eve inherit God's love and property. They then reflect this love and property back to God to be used for His glory. God can then proudly claim, "These are my children. This is my creation." Free association. The children are free to associate, or not, by trade within natural law. This is like citizens interacting or not in ways they believe will be beneficial. Lines of property. Lines of jurisdiction. The lines of love, including personal property, exist between individuals within a family. This can also be extended to the property lines between neighbors or the lines of jurisdiction. As the garden expands through the rebirth of God's children, the only borders remaining will be natural ones, but don't be murdered in the meantime.